Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of BTG Podcast here at the G Studios. My name is Miss Angibel, and we are here to bring another exciting but very troubling conversation in our studios today. Something that's making rounds on the internet, trending topics, and a lot more. If you haven't subscribed, then kindly do subscribe, comments, like, and share. Keep all our pages interactive because we need your comments to keep moving, right? And don't forget, this project is proudly brought to you by 1650 Production Avenue for all your camera rentals, for parties, weddings, drone shots. They've got you covered. Their numbers will be on the screen. Call them and book them today. Our guests are ready to dive more into today's conversations, and you guys don't know what is coming. In the meantime, subscribe, comment, like, and share. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still BTG Podcast here with me, Miss Angibel, and this is the G Studios. My guests are ready for today's conversation. On my immediate right, as you guys all know, she's not new. She'll introduce herself, then we kickstart today's conversation.
Hi guys, my name is Bernard, the business consultant as always. Follow me on all social media at BNC Consults.
Yeah, and beside Venice, we have Esquire in the building.
Esquire.
Yeah.
That's how to introduce someone.
Okay, so introduce yourself, sir.
Okay, so I'm Crispus and I would like to correct it. I'm not yet an Esquire.
Yeah, in the making. Just 1 year left, please. Please.
So I'm in the law school, but I'm not yet an Esquire.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm Crispus.
Yeah, so by next 2-3 years, she's going to be your number one call in case you need anything relating to law, right? Right. Okay. So today's topic for discussion is breaking the silence, understanding, preventing, and responding to sexual violence and abuse. We've seen that there's a lots of trend going on the internet, hashtag that, hashtag that, hashtag that. So today we're going to dive more into that to give more light, show more light on whatever that's going on. And first of all, I would like to know, why do you think rape, assault, and child abuse remain so underreported or misunderstood in our society?
Is this question for me or?
Yeah, I just shoot the question so anyone can actually answer.
So why I think rape is misunderstood as well as underreported is education. It's because a lot of people don't know what rape entails, what rape is. As I'm sitting here, I can say for certain, I can say without any equivocation that you are raped. I mean, by you, like.
Okay.
So should I dive into?
Yeah, let's go.
As an law.
And what?
A law in the making, whatever.
Lawyer in the making.
Can you tell us what rape is when it comes to law or
Very well. So when you look at how the law defines rape, section 97 of the Offences Act, it defines rape to having carnal knowledge with a female who is greater than 16 without her consent.
Okay.
That's the meaning of rape.
Yeah.
And the meaning of carnal knowledge is sexual intercourse. But over here, the main thing is about without a consent.
Yeah.
The main issue there is about consent. So now, I'm going to give you scenarios that shows that is rape in the law.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, that you will be by doing that you know. So look out for the consent aspect. So we have the one that is normal, the one that we all know, the one that the guy forces you, puts you on the beats you and penetrates. That one is 25 years in prison. That one, fine, that's rape.
Yeah.
So another situation where rape is that where, for example, you and I are here, we are all here, and we are sitting down and you start touching me, the man. You start touching me. And I tell you that probably Angela, I'm like, the way you're touching me.
What can
Touching.
touch you?
Yeah, touching me in the kind of sexual
In a sexual way.
So and I'm like, Angela, the way you're touching me, like you're actually asking me for sex and all that. And you'll be like, yes, I want to. Let's have it. Let's do it. And then the guy says, no, but you are still insisting, you the lady still insist that you still want the sex. And the guy is giving you the sex. Like you guys are having sex, the guy is inside. He's inside. As soon as you say stop, you're supposed to come out.
Right.
The next one is you. So though I'm inside, you consented, you have agreed, we are doing
Yes.
it. As soon as you say stop, your consent is withdrawn. That consent. So if a guy continues, that's rape.
Right.
That's one aspect of rape. That's why I said the consent. Another thing that where rape is that maybe your boyfriend asks you to come over to his place. When you come over, he actually probably knows that you don't have money and tells you that you don't have sex with me. I'm not going to give you money to go back.
Right.
Maybe where you actually live is actually very fast. And then because you don't have money and then agree to have sex with you. That's rape. Because that consent was not free from you. That consent was not your free will.
You can actually report
And
it.
you can actually report it. So if you're asking me, so have you seen the misunderstanding? You don't understand what rape is. How can you even report it?
Yeah.
So you don't even know that you've been raped. So now you don't agree with me that you've been raped, but I don't know that now you agree with me. Because you don't know that it's even rape. Because at a point, I've spoken to ladies that they've told me that they are the ones who started it. Like the first inside, they're the ones who started it. So they don't blame the guy.
Right.
Because the guy was actually in his feelings before. Like he's about to come and telling him to stop. Yeah? Like over there, the guy was like, what do you mean by
Right. Stop.
But then the law is simple. That's rape, yeah. That's rape.
Mm-hmm.
And once you actually say, let's go, that's consent. Your consent can be withdrawn. You can change your mind at any time. So once you don't change your mind, once you change your mind, the guy
person needs to stop.
it needs to stop there and then. So where he doesn't.
But you know instances where some guys say some stops means yes. Like some stops means continue.
Yeah. And the law has been simple. The law says stop is stop.
Right.
It doesn't care about whether your stop is means morning, continue. The law says that stop is stop.
Stop is stop.
Stop means stop. So my advice for everybody is when you actually have sex with your partner, you need to know that it's a lady consenting. No, is she consenting? And all that. And this is the reason why they've been catching most of the footballers when they go abroad.
Right.
For me, because over there the ladies who know the
They
law.
really know the law.
More like Ghanaian ladies, people don't know the law, which is kind of good for the Ghanaian man.
That's why you're actually having this episode today. So
Yeah.
whenever you are watching, you should know that you will rape one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because if you say rape, everybody thinks you being forced.
Yeah.
Put on a bed.
Yeah.
Like how he said earlier.
Yeah.
But then I think what he said has really drawn my mind to he didn't say like oh maybe like never
We never knew.
Yes. So I think it's very important to have this conversation. I didn't know consent. The person is already in you. Stop. The person is going higher. They say you should be. But you cannot remember that.
Oh, we have a tool in there.
Yeah, so all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So in instances where you actually report your boyfriend, and how long will the person stay?
So the report, everything. So in reporting this issue to your boyfriend, most of the time, what I've seen is that sometimes the boyfriends they don't also know the law, so they come to just sell themselves out. They also come and see that things like she agreed, she was the one touching me, she was the one. So
Yeah.
and then me that me I'm inside now. Now you are telling me to.
Come on.
But you see, they also don't know that also they also sell themselves out. So
Yeah.
when you go and report and the person comes to see this, it is clear. You have enough evidence.
Enough
Yeah.
evidence.
When you go to
Yeah.
court, that's why we say ignorance in the law.
So what are some of the biggest misconceptions the public still holds about victims and perpetrators?
So is this my own?
I like the kind of insights he's giving us. Yes.
Okay, so the kind of misconception.
Misconception.
There are a lot like one misconception about what you hear about it.
Yeah.
That's one. That's one misconception.
See, I'm sorry, but if when you went to schools,
Mhm.
teaching us about rape was when an elderly person saying you come to your room, you first you protect of mommy, you know what about.
Yeah.
See, those that was what was in our mind growing up, because that's what we think as rape, like or chancha or whatever the name was.
Yeah, the Nigerian lady.
See, that's one is a typical rape. That's what I know. But then if you told me my brother was in me and I still stop and it's one telling me you rape back, you know better.
Yeah. So now we are being enlightened.
Yeah, but I'll tell you that
honestly.
he's my boyfriend, whatever he wants to do.
He can do.
But then now, okay.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, and also, it's not just the scope is not just boyfriend, but you don't look at the law. So, even when you're married,
I see.
even when you're married, it happens.
So far, the better they have your consent.
Consent. That it matters not. Initially, the law was that a man, once you agree to marry, you have consented to anything. That was what the law is. But changes have come in the law. The law has developed, and the law has now said now a married man can actually rape his wife. You understand? And so it's all about the same procedure, all about the consent. So the lady would need to be consenting. So when the lady is not consenting,
so let's drive more light on the misconception
So
people have about victims.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's appears for the both men and the women.
Yes, because
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's
rape
not
as well.
It's not.
so the law is something. When I was defining it in section 97 of the act, the law mentioned having carnal knowledge with a female without her consent.
Look at the issue with
So-
But then I believe that it's how do you call it? If I tell my boyfriend or whoever that I want to do something with him and then he said no, I think I'll break him, right?
No, that's not me.
Ah.
That's not me. So the whole thing is
no, wait.
okay.
And now you're sitting by me here and I start touching you sexually.
Yeah,
And then you told me, Venice, I'm not interested. And I force you, I tear your dress.
yeah,
I push you.
yeah.
You know, then whatever happens next.
For some reason,
Even though you're not in consent with
Yeah.
and then I start having sex with you. Jao meaning Jao. It's rape. You
So-
can call report
The
me.
law is simple. A man cannot be raped. The law.
at this point, boys' lives matter. For
No.
boys' lives matter.
No, the law has been simple, and then I understand. It's not as though I actually agree with that provision, but then that is the law. That's the yeah.
Does it mean if I forcefully force you to have sex with me and you go to the police station and report and I did something like this to you,
Yeah.
the law is not going to go
No,
to me.
I can come under another. You can take me under another offense,
I want to
like
know
sexual
I want to know
assault, but you cannot take me under rape. So this is the whole thing. When I said rape is having carnal knowledge, I meant sexual intercourse. In the case of Atiso versus Giba, this is a law case.
Right.
It defined what carnal knowledge is, and carnal knowledge is the penetration of the penis through the vagina, the version of the penis. There's no way that
there's no any law
Law protecting
men.
there's a law. So right now, with the situation that you gave,
Yeah.
you gave that you come and touch me, you come and tear my dress and all that. You can't bring me under rape, but you can bring me under indecent assault. And another offense. You can put me, you can charge me for another offense, but not you. You charge me.
You.
Yes, I can
Okay,
charge
so in the
for
case,
another offense, but
so
not rape.
right now in the case of Ransford and the coach,
Yeah.
let's dive more #justice for Ransford. And I hear the coach has been arrested, and I think justice needs to be served. Honestly, in this case,
Yeah.
what is the law backing this whole thing in terms of what can protect Ransford right now? He's in his grave right now. What law can ensure that this man will go to life imprisonment? That's what I actually want. Life imprisonment, because with what he did, honestly.
So we don't have any like life imprisonment. Maybe somebody forcefully forced somebody to have sex, whether being male or female.
The highest is 25 years.
And so this man that
So, but then this man is not real. This is sodomy.
act.
Yes, this is sodomy.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
this
what-
is another offense.
I see.
Unnatural canal.
Educate us on that because I want to know what.
So, can you see presently,
Yeah.
the only law that we have on this men to men sex, lady to lady sex is what's unnatural canal. It defines what unnatural canal is. It's now that Parliament wants to pass that anti-LGBTQ bill They want to pass that
But
law.
I think they should.
Yes, it's not that Parliament was passed that to criminalize a lot of things.
Yeah.
That will criminalize a lot of things.
Which means
But
as
as of now, like having say unnatural carnal knowledge, and unnatural carnal knowledge is defined. I told you carnal knowledge is having sexual intercourse where the penis and then the vagina. So having anything that is not the penis and the vagina having sex is unnatural carnal knowledge. So where you're having sex and the penis is going to the anus, that is unnatural. Where you're having sex and then the penis is going into your mouth, that's unnatural. That's a crime. So BJs, they're all unnatural. So BJs, oral sex,
Yes,
like,
someone is watching.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, so BJs, licking, they're all unnatural canal.
It's a crime.
It's a crime. So the courts have held it. Using sex toys, BJs are all unnatural canal. So they're all crimes. So in this, they're asking me about Ransford's case. It goes, there's sodomy in there because the guy is a child.
Yeah.
Defilement, there's a lot of things in there. In there. So I agree.
Okay, so please can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So right now, if let's say a child, a lady is maybe it's beyond 18 years, or
Yeah.
grandma is 18, maybe it's not 18 years or 15 years, and maybe somebody forcefully raped her. You understand?
It's below 15 years.
Maybe it's below 18 years.
It's below.
I mean, 18 years.
18 is adult.
So let's say below 18 years, 17, 16, whatever.
Yeah.
And somebody who is above 18 years forcefully raped or sleep with her.
Yeah.
You understand? How many years do you think this person can serve?
So the punishments are in there. And then the law is that you can consent to sex at the age of 16.
Wow.
At the age of 16. But you can marry at the age of 8. But you can consent to
But you
sex.
can't marry at the age of 16.
You can't marry at the
Yeah.
age of 8.
So
So there's a problem with that. There's a problem with
Yes,
that.
the law got to have that at 16 and you don't want me to get married at 8.
Okay. Yeah, so-
Me, I believe that I see this kind of area where we got into as Ghanaian. There's something you call who you know. Okay, do you understand? So let's say I have this particular person in my school, church, wherever. This person has all these connections. So let's say this person is involved in the act. Let me call this, let me call this. Any assembly person. And that's it. So the person who is involved is compensated with some money or something, then they call it off. But then how I go through or whatever I face, they don't talk about it. So far as they compensated me with money or let's say a flight to Dubai, or maybe they bought something so precious for me, they think they've done their part. Which is so wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? They need to talk about it. Let's say whoever is involved in whatever. Yeah. So I think whoever, because if you're also here who you know, our young ones will end up being something else we don't want to talk about. You understand? So I feel if the ignorance is too much, and I believe sometimes I know it's not ignorance, people know what they are doing. For instance, if I'm raped and I tell my mom would go heaven and earth to fight justice for me. But then if the person who is involved in the rape or the person who raped me had all the connections, my mom can't believe. Even if you go to the police station, the police knows whoever is in the act. The person will tell my mom, oh, she will never come. You silence it.
Yeah.
But then if Sabi, or you never rape and champion say in way, wherever I am, they will come for me because I don't have
Anybody
anything.
to speak for
So
you.
if you have money and you are prestigious in the society, people respect you because of money, which is so bad and so heartbreaking. And then if these things happen for like 1 month, 2 months, put in Ghana, you can't, but then whoever is affected has this thing for the rest of his life.
Traumatized.
And Charlie,
But I'd like to ask a simple question. Well, everything that she said, I actually agree with her. But then, you see, the issues with money. Let me ask you, when you are raped, when you go through this, how do you call it? Any abuse, you are victim to. And then the person who abused you comes to you, presently, your present situation, comes to promise you that he has done wrong, sorry, and that he actually is giving you this amount of money that you've actually never seen. It's a life-changing money.
It's not about you giving me the money that I've never seen. It's about the trauma I'm going through, my mental health.
So are you accepting
So
the money?
I'm actually the
I'm
question.
not accepting any money.
Mhm.
You understand? Because initially I was really my poor whatever before you came. So if you want to, my only problem is if you have law in Ghana, let the law work. It's not about money. Do you understand? Let's say for instance, I get raped, I report. I want the law to work. Let it to just that's what I'm trying to say. Even after that, I want that see, there are sometimes we need to set examples for people to watch or
deterrent,
Do you understand?
So
it's not about the money.
I agree. So
No, don't let
it's
it
not about
the
it.
money.
I
The
agree
money
with
is
you.
being
And then
I cannot shop of how people say money can solve every problem. The fact that I'm poor and I don't have certain things.
You're not poor in Jesus' name.
Oh no. Just saying. Just because I don't have the means doesn't mean you can come and rape me and then tell me you can give me whatever.
Yeah.
So let me when this is the process, okay, and then this is what a lot of people, or this is what even the government faces. So where you go and make a report to the police, and the police registers it and all that. So follow that process. It's no longer in your hands. You, the victim, that will be raped. The state has taken it upon itself. So you cannot even you yourself, you cannot even say that I will not do it again. The state, as it is gone, it is past due. It is past due. So that's the reason why when it comes to rape issues, it is the state versus the person who raped you. It's not you, Bennett, versus the person.
So
who
in this instance,
So where the money aspect comes
So
from?
this
But
is
if
where-
you know the
this
state
is-
has taken whatever you're saying.
This is where everything now is very difficult for the government to do what you're actually saying. Because where now you've got to report, the state has taken it. It's the lawyer state, the lawyer, the attorney general's office, they are lawyers. They take up these cases. So when they take up these cases now, if the person who raped you has gone back to your family
to compensate.
with some big money, huge money, life-changing money, yeah, and your family is able to persuade you. Though you come back and tell the attorney general that the state that you no longer want to take over the issue, they will not mind you. They will still want to take over, continue. But where you are not complying, where now you the victim, when they call you, when the attorney general is calling you, you will not pick up. When your own lawyer wants to do the case for you, and then you are not complying.
Me, I'll pick up.
So for you pick up. But most people, because they have been compensated with lots of money, they no longer want
to
continue
associate themselves with the case.
again, even though the state is trying
wants to.
but then they no longer want to, and then the state cannot do anything
Anything about
if the person does not
The
want.
victim doesn't want to.
You understand?
Initially,
this
you
is what
said if I go to report, the case is no longer mine or whatever.
Yeah.
The state has taken.
When you agree to take the money, that is when the state. Listen, when you agree to take the money being compensated to you, and the state or the lawyer calls you and don't pick up your call, means that we are say
It's not by law, by your conduct. Like the person is not. I need the information. Me, I'm the lawyer for the government. You've come to report this matter that you've been raped and all that. I need to hear your statements. I need you to come to court to give your side. You are not coming. You are not coming because you have taken money.
Taking money.
What do you want the state to?
So in this instance where let's take it away from. In this instance where the person is raped, right? The victim reports the case and feels like the police or the state is not doing anything about the case and goes behind the state's back and harm whoever committed the offense. Is that person to be arrested?
Of course, if you can prove evidence to it, why not? So, like, if I'm supposed to get a question,
So
yeah,
when it comes to the law,
yes,
and I'm being assaulted,
yes,
whatever.
it's all
So far as I don't have evidence, the case is officially over.
in law. So this is the whole thing. Somebody is, if you accuse somebody of something,
Yeah.
the person is presumed innocent until proven
Proven
guilty
guilty.
beyond a reasonable doubt, especially when it comes to crime, because you are saying that this person has done this to you. The person is going to go to jail for, like, they are going to take a lot of the person's lifetime. away. So you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Answer my question. My question
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
if the person who was raped
Yes.
reports the case and the police does nothing about the case and goes behind the police to go and kill the person or harm the person, will the police still arrest whoever was raped?
Yes, yes.
Why?
If there's evidence to it, if I'm to get let me get a question on the street. A policeman, someone was shooting. Went to
You the
report to the
person
police,
and the police does nothing
and the
about
police
it.
does nothing, and then what?
You go behind the
Who
and
is the
harm
you?
the person. You the person who was raped.
Go
You try and
behind
maybe
the
call
person.
boys in the
Let's
area.
say I will give self-defense, like defense.
How is this self-defense? You go behind the person
And
and then go and kill the person.
yes.
So when I realize the police not doing
Anything you
anything,
want to take how much into your own hands.
So you just answer the question. You want to take the law into your own hands. You can't take the law into your own hands. So the whole point here is that though you've been raped, though you still have no rights to also go and take somebody's life. Rape and taking somebody's life, they are not the same. That's why I told you that the punishment for going for rape, they'll punish the other person for raping you if you can prove evidence. But they'll also punish you for going
That's
to
not
murder.
fair. So if you can't prove that you were raped, the person will go scot free.
Of course. You have to prove beyond reasonable doubt.
yes, children now that one now for me, son, I can't read any channel because evidence for him.
So that is the so right now. No. So the processes of finding evidence. You see, I told you I'm not yet a lawyer. I'm still in school.
I
I'm yet to
understand,
learn
but then you
evidence
see,
from-
I've been
but-
forced. Some people go like going like almost to show me something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is
Like
evidence.
evidence.
When you
That is evidence. Like if
Were you there? You told me you weren't there. If I come to you right now, you told me you weren't there, so you don't know what happened. So I have to tell you what happened. And I'm not having any evidence to show that so and so did this to me.
yes.
Okay. Now let's say I show you my. You can
And I
equally
told
tell.
you.
No, you can
I
equally tell me that.
told you that.
No, wait.
the
You can
teachers-
equally tell me that I used whatever to cut me or whatever. Just to make the person wrong. Am I lying?
And I've told you that rape goes beyond the physical bash, the person tied you and all that. That is one aspect. I told you that sometimes the victim, the person who raped you, come and sell himself out. I told you it's about consent.
So
I told you come back to the table. And sometimes there need not be any physical
The
thing.
person can equally tell you that I'm lying. If
So
it is for that.
So
Let's
you-
not even seen it before. How about that?
So this is if I accuse you of something, I accuse you of something, and I'm able to prove that this is why I'm accused of
Yeah.
something. And then the person is saying you are lying. The onus, like the responsibility, is not on that person to prove it. It's also supposed to prove. So when it comes to court, they'll put you in a box. They'll be asking everybody questions. I'm saying the truth will come out.
So we've
Yeah.
spoken a lot.
Yeah.
How can we move from this whole awareness to action, not just talk about it? Because right now I can see a lot of people on Instagram, on TikTok, hashtag Ransford, hashtag justice for Ransford, justice for what's the lady's name? Or Chanchi, yes, justice for a lot of people, right? And then we've spoken, like we haven't heard anything from the Ministry of Child Protection and DOPSU and all that.
Yeah.
How can we like make these justice for whatever happen? Because like we are just talking.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like
We are just talking. What can we actually do?
Yeah,
the
so-
victim can just go to the police station or whatever.
So let's hear the law part of this.
So with this DOPSU is like a quasi judicial system. We are also like a judicial body, a quasi judicial body. They also handle these cases of domestic violence and all that. But you have to know that people like DOPSU, they cannot on their own come and investigate matters. You first need to report to DOPSU before they will come. There has been a case on it that DOPSU on its own tried to investigate issues and then tried to handle the issue by itself, and then went to court, and the court held that no, DOPSU, there has to be somebody who has to come and report to DOPSU before DOPSU can start action. So with issues of DOPSU, so if this particular case, if there has not been any report to DOPSU cannot handle the issue. So there has to be a report to DOPSU.
So in this instance, I think I saw a video there on TikTok. The teacher was saying the government needs to pay them for self self-control allowance. And in this instance, I think that teacher needs to be brought to justice, because if you are actually a pedophile, for you to even think that the students you are teaching can how do you find the students attractive enough for the government to pay you so that you do not like do anything with the students?
Yeah.
What law is backing this thing, and what can be done for teachers like this or people like this to not even have the effort to even pick up their phones to talk about these things?
So with this question you're asking, if a lecturer and a student have a relationship, this time not in a senior high school, but in the university, is it a crime?
Right.
So the whole issue about the senior high school will be about the ages of the kids. The most of the kids in senior high school, I don't know their age, but will be between 15 to 17.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
now the high schools are so young that you find people 14, 15 still in high school.
Okay, so the law has been simple. Where you have any sexual intercourse with somebody below 16 years, the person, you've defined the person, you've defined.
Yeah.
It does not matter if the person consents, because the law sees them as children. Children cannot give consent.
Right.
So if you are doing business with a child, you have to know the child cannot enter into contract and things like that. Yeah. So no matter what, so even the child below 16 years comes to ask you, comes to even beg you to have sex with him, comes to beg, like the person is literally begging you, saying that I need it.
Sex for grace.
You can't have sex with that person. That would be found because according to the law, 16 years cannot give consent. They cannot say yes. The law sees them as they don't have their mind has not grown.
But
The law protects them.
like so in this
instance that are telling me about the teacher coming out to say that one is ignorant about the law. He doesn't know anything about the law. He doesn't know the ages of consenting to sex. I'm sure in his mind he still thinks that once the person agrees, it means that he can have sex with him. So he's ignorant. It's all ignorant. The whole thing about the law is ignorance. It's all ignorant. So the teachers are ignorant. So how can they even educate you on some of these things? So
the ignorance of something that is in a rules and regulation in the school. Teacher and student relationship should be stopped. I mean there are lots of schools that have that in their rules and regulation.
even that one, to be frank, that's why I got the university thing, and I'm even bringing it at work. If you have a policy at work that is saying that you cannot have a relationship with a colleague, that is problematic. That can be challenged. Why can't I have a relationship with a colleague? Because the law does not found. Why are you giving me a policy?
You can't work with your boyfriend. How can they?
Why can't I work with my boyfriend? When I come to the workplace, I'm at the workplace. I'm not going to come with my boyfriend. But if my boyfriend and girlfriend is at the workplace, we behave like we are at the workplace. So
that the law permits teacher-student relationship even if the students are above the normal age, so it's at 16.
Well, it depends, and then not necessary, because when you teach a student relationship, there is a problem there because you are in a place of authority, and there may be the students agreeing to it may be undue influence. There may be undue influence somewhere, so the person's consent is not free. The person may be consenting. I told you that consent. It needs to be 100% free. But you being a teacher, yes, you being a teacher and the student, that consent is not because you have influence on the person's, how do you call it?
Because you are the teacher.
Yes.
No, there are some students who even crash. I'm crashing on my teacher. I'm crashing on my English teacher. I'm crashing on my maths teacher. And because you look all sumptuous and all beautiful, you go in and the teacher also falls. And you guys are in a relationship.
Yeah.
What law is backing this thing?
There's no precise law that is saying that. There's no expert law that is telling you that a student and a teacher or like cannot be in a relationship. because there's freedom of association. You can associate yourself with anybody you want to associate. But by law also, the law is also that when somebody is consenting to something, there has to be that consent must be free. So when you, the teacher, has influence on the student, there is a problem. There's a problem. They'll be like, when it comes to court, they'll be like, the student consenting was not a free consent, that you influence, because you are in a place of authority. You are using that to influence the child's decision or the student's decision. And so they will say that consent is not free.
What if the student told someone to go here that
Yeah, I wanted it.
You can't, it's implied. It is implied. Unless you can tell me where
the teacher wasn't telling me that.
unless it's implied.
And I want to associate myself
Stop with the
with
teacher.
let's say I'm below 18, I'm 27, 28. My lecture is 30 something.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have this connection with this lecture. I can see that this lecture is really intentional about me.
Yeah.
I want the lecture has good plans.
Good plan.
Yeah.
And I think I can, if I go forward with this lecture, like it will like, let's say it's okay for me, I want it.
Yeah.
But if let's say for instance,
Yeah.
that man is not my lecturer. I saw him maybe randomly
That's a
outside.
different matter.
No, let's say let's say I'm yet to enter into the university, and I met this guy outside.
Yeah.
You understand? I didn't know he was a lecturer in this particular institution. Now I find myself in the same.
You go to school
and I get to know that he's a lecturer. I can't say because he's a lecturer.
I'm bringing it up.
Do you understand? Because every lady wants an intentional man.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Every lady wants a man who knows what she wants. And I've realized that this particular is very intentional man. So,
I get your point, but then listen, if the lecturer is your lecturer, the lecturer teaches you can't. Because of that undue influence. But if you are in a different department, maybe you're in a maths department, and your lecturer is a law lecturer, and you met him, and then you're doing that's another matter. That can be done. That's another matter. But where your lecturer has direct influence on your education, like he's teaching you, you can enter into a relationship.
So if I get to realize my lecturer is teaching me this particular institution, then which means I have to leave the institution because my lecturer is teaching me for another institution because he's a lecturer.
That is the professional thing to do, because there are people who are working as in the law school, there are people who are working as administrators in the law school. They want to come and do it. They normally don't even come and do it in that law school. They go to another law school because of this issue of undue influence, conflict of interest and all that. So it's the same thing, where even if you, the lady, wouldn't do it, the lecturer as a professional is supposed to. Example, the lawyer, you're your client. Before you get into a relationship with your client, you don't have to be working with your client in that case.
Yeah, but my question is just simple.
Yes.
My question is just simple. It's not about me. I already know it's a lecturer and I'm concentrating. No. I know this particular, like I know you, I met you here. I didn't know you were a lecturer at this particular institution. Yes, I found myself there. And then in the same class, we are the one having that particular subject teaching me.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
and he also didn't know because
he didn't know I was to be a student.
Do you understand?
So the whole question you're asking,
because I can be working. No, I can be working at the same time schooling.
So there's a principle in law. Ignorance of the fact is an excuse, like ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So in this case, where you didn't know of the fact that the man was a lecturer, and the man also did not know of the fact that you are a student, that can be excused. You understand? But where you have, but even this one, we'll still ask you questions. How can you enter into a relationship with someone you didn't know that the person was a student? Then what do you, on the background of the, people talk about?
Maybe I had no plan. I told the person I'm going to school. I don't know the school I want to do yet. And maybe the person too is yet to be a lecturer. To the school I want to go to now.
You go to nice, miss school. Then I should break up with him because law said what? Or the school said we can't be dating our lecturers.
So
far it's not affecting lecture and I'm passing my exams.
Well, if that is so, if you are in a relationship with him, the lecturer is supposed to still declare to the school that if I have a relationship with this person, and so we're not able to even mark the exam of this person. It's like things that come on the influence, they are real. there are questionable things. They can repute your reputation. They can so they are really real. So something to you just have to make the people aware. So in this case, that you're actually in a relationship before the person came into the
Okay. So this brings my next question.
Yeah.
How can schools, workplaces, and religious institutions strengthen protection and accountability for these things?
My whole question is, if they are ignorant of that, how can they even start doing it?
So, no, I mean, like, if you're an institution, right?
Yes,
you're
yes.
in school and you are putting up a rule that do not date your lecturer, don't date students, boss, don't date your worker. What can you do to strengthen these things and ensure that it doesn't happen?
I'm saying that I'm against those rules because I don't see the reason why. Even though I've said it, I'm against those rules. I don't see the reason why you and I cannot teach. There's a problem with that. It's against the law because I have my freedom to associate. Freedom.
It's a person's work. It's a person's school. Person will go camping outside my school.
Yo,
No.
I went to this particular place. You saw me. Oh, you like the way I do my stuff. You like the way I talk. The way I carry myself. You understand? And you approach me. Oh, hi. I want to let my friends. And then maybe move toward from friends to another. I feel it's okay.
But you want to know. Imagine you guys meet at a workplace. Okay, you didn't meet outside. You met at a workplace.
Listen.
You were employed, and then when you got there, you met a nice guy. You feel like you want to date the guy.
I'm saying
And
those
then
rules are different. Look, what I was saying previously was a lecturer student, somebody who is in authority over somebody else subordinate. But in this case, they are both equal. They are both colleagues, right? They are both colleagues in the same institution.
And it's saying
a policy that is frowning upon it is questionable. In my opinion, this is something I will question. But even though the court will ask you that you knew before you entered into that organization, so you have to respect it. But it's questionable. Why can't I date my queen? Why can't I date my classmate?
I think it's right. No. To me, let me tell my scenario. To me, I think it's great because honestly, when you are familiarity, right?
Yeah.
When you are so familiar with someone and then you feel like, oh, you work in the same way. Imagine your boss is your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that you be doing in the workplace that are not like right.
Yeah.
In terms of boss says don't sit here because boss is my boyfriend. I'll sit there.
That's it.
Because he can't say anything. That is the reason why they are finding upon the fact that do not date your boss, so that he can have total authority on telling you what to do and what not to do. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, that is you've gone back to the authority issue because you've gone back to the boss and then somebody.
Yes.
But I'm talking of people of equal status, people because I'm saying that if a boss is dating somebody, there's undue influence.
Work colleagues.
Work colleagues. So
Right.
when
Work colleagues.
So you come back.
No,
there's
work
a-
colleagues. You and Chris are in the same workplace.
Same-
You guys
same
are
group.
same thing,
Uh-huh.
same salary, same whatever, and you want to date.
Yes.
You guys
see, all these things bounce back towards communication.
communication of
Wait,
what?
because if I came to the institution and I was told blah 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 by the institution, you also know the fact that blah 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 is an institution. So maybe you told me, I like you, but then the law says
Not the law, that policy.
that policy.
Because the law does not
And
say.
maybe the family are taking to it's what? It's good. You understand? So that's why I say it's communication. I know
When you
people-
come to work,
yeah,
you
I
don't
know
share
people,
no boyfriend,
I know
girlfriend.
people who date like same but you will never know.
No, but it doesn't matter whether the question is that policy legitimate? Is that policy is questionable? I would question it, even though I do understand why the company will do that, because the company is always looking out for themselves.
Yeah.
They want their employees to be able to work freely without any kind of trouble from anywhere, any kind of relationship. But still, that is still against some it's still against some of the conditions.
Even some institution, you may have wife and husband in that same institution.
Mhm.
And then the same people will come to the office and come and tell me that I shouldn't associate somebody, I shouldn't date somebody in the institution. But then the two of you are what flaws are you?
So that's the reason why I said this question now.
Right.
So that policy, I don't support it. In fact, it's a policy that I would challenge. If
Right.
I'm not gonna-
Would you say that improper dressing from the girls can actually make the guys do it?
It's not. It is completely immaterial. It's completely irrelevant.
Some guys are attracted by what they see.
Yes.
So let's
Even me, I'm a lady, I can see my fellow young girl, and I'm like, this thing you're wearing there is very bad.
Do you understand?
So revealing.
Men are attracted by what they see. So let's say I came in here, I was wearing some short skirts, my ties, everything. But me, I promise you, like if you are attractive, you will tell me, "Man, go to Singapore. If you take my number, come and visit me." Definitely, you. Definitely. Whether she's 13 years, 12 years. He just said something that person has got.
Yeah.
The guy said it was interesting. Imagine I want something so
Succulent.
I'm showing body parts. Look for a crack, talk a crack.
So I think.
So all these things you mentioned, I'm just listening to you, but it's completely irrelevant.
Oh no, I'm talking about men and attraction.
Yeah,
But-
men and attraction.
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you that the law does not. The fact that you actually you go out, you wear lingering, does not give anybody. Does not mean you want to have sex. It does not mean it.
Right.
The fact that you go out and wear panties does not mean you actually want to have sex. Probably that's how you just want to look like.
Yeah.
The fact that I you open my that does not mean I actually.
Yeah, showing us hair.
That's not mean.
Chest.
That's not mean I actually.
Some
That's
girls
not.
intentionally do that because of the
Dancing.
So that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that. This. The fact that somebody is dressed that way
Inappropriate.
does not mean the person's fault.
So I can tell
You are saying that it's their fault. Sometimes
how the
it's
girls are dressing is okay for them to be.
It may be immoral. It may be immoral, but it is not illegal. It may be immoral. And for me, I believe that we have freedom to dress how we want to dress.
Right.
If a lady dresses in however she wants to dress, and that's how she looks confident in, fine, man. That is the immoralities. That is me. I'm not a pastor, but the pastors will say that is not right. But the lawyers will say, man, it's a freedom.
It's a freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you for a fact that you can dress in the most indecent way.
Right.
But it does not necessarily mean you want to have sex. It's a fact. There are a lot of people, the fact that you go and see somebody in a club does not necessarily mean the person smokes or the person is there to have. Is the person is a prostitute.
Yeah, prostitute. Yeah.
Like, it should jigger. So the fact that I dress, it's okay. When somebody makes statements like it's their fault, it's whose fault? Their fault that when you were actually forcing yourself on the person, or when you actually you just presume that the person is just like this, so you just want to. It means that you are an animal. You need to be in jail, man.
Period. Yeah, we've spoken a lot. And
I would like to also
Okay.
add one more thing about rape. I forgot to actually
Okay.
add a situation where probably let me just say the guy forces himself on me and he's doing it with you, and whilst he's doing it with you actually start
enjoying it.
exactly. It's like I've been to experience where okay, maybe you didn't want to start, you didn't want to you didn't want the sex, but the guy actually person managed to push it inside, and they started, and then he started
enjoying.
Charlie, to the extent that they enjoyed, and we're like, you even squint. Out of it. This is a case, yeah? This is a case I'm giving you, where the ladies, there was armed robbery in the lady's house, and then the husband was there, and then one of the robbers actually caught the wife, put her on the ground, and started forcing himself. And once he was forcing, the lady started enjoying it. While the husband was there, started enjoying it, and even to the extent that the lady actually sweat.
So in this
So in this scenario, the law has been simple on it. Sex is a biological phenomenon. When I start touching, the body reacts naturally.
Yeah.
So it's still about the consent. Actually, the law looks at the consent.
So
once in this scenario, once the lady did not consent from the beginning, still it's rape. It doesn't matter if she actually started enjoying it.
They are not talking. So in this scenario, it's not about. But honestly,
No, but yeah, so I will understand maybe the husband will feel bad because
the one is sober.
the wife is
Really
sober.
enjoying it.
no, you can't.
I'm saying that being raped, the body started enjoying
their
it.
mind.
It's
Their mind
the body started enjoying it. But so in that same case, after the lady enjoyed it and everything, she actually filed for rape. And then the man, the armed robber was saying that, man, I didn't rape you, actually were enjoying it.
But still,
the court was like, no. Sex is a biological, it's a biological thing.
Yeah.
if you are in someone's vagina, a person automatically.
Yeah.
So the husband can be there watching.
Yes, I mean, you can
Well,
put it down.
the husband is an emotional man, so I'm expecting him
To be crying.
to be. But
Oh.
then that's also his real.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter if the person
Squirts or
The person
kiss
squirts or
whatever.
Enjoy
the main issue is about the
the
consent.
consent. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
consent.
We are learning something today.
Yeah, okay.
So the next how do you segment of the show, the hot tea segment. So time is on our side, so you choose three each. Yeah, amen. Hey, Asambeni. So mine says that is it okay to stalk your ex's new partner? Yes.
It's not okay.
Yeah, fine.
Why? It's okay to stalk your ex's new partner. Guys, it's
I don't have time.
I have a lot of time actually. I need to know. Does it look better than me? It's crazy, right? What does you say?
Will you rather reveal your biggest secrets in live podcast or do a day that happens
Mhm.
or do a day
So I think you send me $10,000.
in the next 5 years? The next 5 I'll say
What's the outrageous DM you receive? And how did you treat it? And how did I react? How did you
I'll tell you what.
DM you received?
Yeah, what's that with you?
Ah man, it was really outrageous. And one of my ex's friend, I don't know what my ex told the friend. One of my ex's friend came to tell me that the friend actually came to tell me that she has actually heard that I'm actually really good in bed. She wants to also experience the same thing. I was like, hey. I was like, why? What did the girl say about me? She said she said a lot. I was like,
Interesting.
I
I believe it.
Nice. What kind of question is this?
Have you ever been
Right,
I have.
Oh yeah.
I have. The DM was who they eat. Yeah. I just want to check the person's profile. The person who they eat.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like, you're not my friend. I don't have any. Like, why are you DMing me like good? Like, people have some on the internet, honestly. So, what's your last words to somebody who has been assaulted before? Somebody who is likely to be assaulted?
Like
Yes. And the pedophiles out there, as a lawyer, what one strong advice do you have for a person who is around a pedophile, yes, who hasn't been caught
please, I want my ego to come down. What's the name of pedophile?
a pedophile is someone.
Obi odo ore nkra, penny ore nkra, open nkra. That's a pedophile. So, what advice can you give to one person?
Like you said, I'm still studying.
Please. What I'm saying,
I'm still studying.
Yeah.
I'm not yet. Do you think it's not easy to become a lawyer?
it's not easy.
So when-
That's why I know they can.
So I'm
Yeah.
still. I'm
So
still.
the pedophiles,
learning.
the rape, assault, any girl, child who has been assaulted. What advice do you give to such a person? Even the boy's life. Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, you go.
So before the podcast, the beginning of the podcast, he said a lot about waiting. And then if you listen from the beginning, you understand what waiting is actually any aspects of waiting. So if you're a girl child, I'm talking about a girl child. If you're a girl child and you are raped, assaulted, you found, like you said, just take it to them. Don't take the law into your hands. Just go to the police station. The dog school because they are there for us.
Yeah.
So just go report, do your best as whoever, and then try to dress well. Try to be kind of simple. Your Musa Oba, like you understand. Don't let people use another eye or don't let anybody think like I can fault this person because he is attractive. Just go, do your best, work confidently. Let anyone who sees you see you as somebody I can't think of you that this person as a girl child. You understand?
Yeah.
That's why you go and
Wear your crown.
Yeah, that's it.
So for me, what I would just say that first, you all need to know the law on these things, and when they happen, there and then take evidence, take pictures.
Yeah.
Sometimes take pictures of it,
We
videos.
say take pictures and what they can change.
Then the money doesn't make it.
No, I'm trying to tell you because the reality of the law is that if there's no evidence, there's no case.
So take pictures, take videos.
Yes, even though you can go to a medical doctor and then they'll assess you and then prove.
Take pictures. Take videos.
Take videos and then report.
Yeah.
Report. If you do not come to the law will not come to you. So go to the law, report the issue.
Yeah.
Report the issue and then go and take pictures and everything. So don't sit silent and that's my uncle. Don't sit silent that he's paying my
And
fees.
the mothers too.
Yes, and all that. And sometimes the mothers and the parents let
their
them
money.
home.
If you ask them,
Yeah, let the law work.
yeah.
Let the law work.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know something about crime is even in 20 years, it can still come back.
Yeah.
If it happened today, and it happened today, and in 20 years time, still the guy is free. It can still come back.
back to you.
So you just report.
Yeah, just
You know.
report. So this is how far time will bring us on today's discussion. It's been fun, it's been exciting, it's been very informative and educational. And I've learned a lot. I'm sure you have as well. So kindly subscribe, comment, like, and share. Keep all our pages interactive. Follow my guests on social media. I'll put their social media handles on the video and my handle as well. If you have any issue that has to do with rape, assault, or any uncle, auntie, or whatever, trying to even force himself onto you or whatever, just DM us and we can help you one way or the other with the small connections we have. Esquire, media person, we can actually help you. We actually laughing, but it's a very serious matter and we want to find ways and means to curb it and stop it. Hashtag justice for Ransford, hashtag justice for
Whoever.
the lady wasn't. I think I always forget.
Ochancha.
Justice for her, and all boys' lives matter. I actually support Kobe J on this. Yes, I'm actually, I won't say it on live comments, like yours, I really support his movement. Hashtag boys' lives matter. Hashtag if you're being assaulted and raped, make sure that you go to your nearest police station and then you report whoever the victim is. Thank you so much for joining. See you same time next time. Bye.